Do you want to paint your nails with me? Whatever you were doing, you're not doing it anymore. We're gonna get our nail polish remover. We're gonna get our nail polish that's been open for far too long. My nails are chipped. My head hurts. Gotta get. Okay, I hope I have good lighting. I will give you time to go get your nail polish because this is gonna be different. You do not know what's about to transpire. I have my paper towel that's been sitting here for far too long. With that being said, I shall start removing my nail polish and we will begin. You guys don't know my name. You don't need to know my name. You just need to know that I'm here for you. I'm here for you. That's all. I'm here for you to entertain you. I'm here to hold your hand. I'm gonna have to tell you a story. I need to tell you something. Serious. Don't laugh at me. I need to tell you something. I'm thinking about my life decision. I am Kitten, and I'm sorry if my lighting is really bad. What's happening? Oh my god, nobody's gonna watch this video. What if I just sit here and don't do anything? When I was 12, I was like so into Jeff the Killer. Like I breathed, drank, ate Jeff the Killer. Insert photo. You never truly live until you're obsessed with Jeff the Killer. I was like really in a bad mental place though, to be like completely honest. Like I was basically like low-key, my parents didn't watch me at all. I was low-key like not being supervised. I'm pretty sure if my mom saw me doing that crazy shit, she would be like, hey, stop that shit. Stop that shit, right? Oh hell. Where's my bell at? Long story short, I wrote a fan fiction. I hope you don't find my fan fiction. Like I hope you don't like go looking for it. I thought he was real, and I thought that I could summon him to be my boyfriend. You heard me, I thought I was gonna have kids with him. I had kids with him. Let me tell you how lonely I was, because I wasn't allowed to talk to boys. So I was basically the equivalent of a redneck homeschooled kid who lived in a trailer park, the black version, right? We had kids. Me and Jeff had kids. We had Vivian and we had Geoff. And Geoff was Jeff's kid. But Vivian, I think, was Laughing Jack's kid. Yeah, I was trifling. What are you gonna do about it? Insert another picture. I was so lonely. I barely had any friends, and the friends I did have, I didn't want to have, to be genuinely honest with you. I thought these people were real, and they thought they were real too. Like, girl.
Bruh.
Child, anyway. So, I had kids with mythical creature. I had kids with these mythical creatures. So, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I turned 14 and started smoking weed, all this shit stopped. I didn't do this shit. I went through a phase. Where things that weren't real were real, and nobody could tell me otherwise. And if they tried to tell me that it wasn't real, I would be like, I know. And in my head, I would be like, but you don't understand. He's my only love. So this started when I was around 10, I think. I watched a scary video, and it was a creepypasta like reading on Jeff the Killer. And I wasn't heavy into him until I was like 12. I think his name is Mr. Creepypasta. I listened to this story and I was scared shit. But I don't know what the fuck fear is, so I turned that fear into lust. I decided that I really liked him, so I would fantasize about him. When I was masturbating, I would call his name. And I just want you to know that I don't do that anymore, and that I have bettered myself as a person. I wasn't the only one who was in love with Jeff. There was this other girl, we're gonna call her Wolfie, because that's what looked like a wolf. Wolfie was into Jeff too. He was not allowed, I was not allowed to be with a creepypasta that wasn't mine, which was kind of the unspoken rule of our friend group as pre-tweens. As pre-tweens, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. As pre-tweens, we weren't allowed to date each other's creepypastas, if that makes sense. So let's say that I have Ben drowned, right? Icy can't go up to me and be like, yeah, Ben drowned's my boyfriend. We will get into a actual real life fist fight. That's just to tell you how real we thought this shit was. And I think I took it harder than the rest of the kids, because the rest of the kids actually had friends and I didn't. Their parents had money and I didn't. Look where I am. Bitch, I'm homely.
Bitch, I'm homeless. Bitch, I'm homeless.
Their parents had money and I didn't. I remember one day a kid said something to me in the hallway. It was 6th grade year. I was like, shut up before I call Jeff and he chops you into pieces and feeds you to Smile Dog.
Girl, you're crazy. You need pills. CZZ.
Wolfie goes, oh my God, Atria, you can't say stuff like that. I was like, oh really? I felt like the baddest bitch. I felt like, and these kids were scared of me. After I said that, people were scared of me. They didn't know who the Jeff was and they didn't want to figure it out. And I don't think they knew who the Jeff the Killer was, because I just, it was a thing for our friend group, but it wasn't a thing for the whole school to just be like, yeah, I like you, Dad. I like you, Dad. So that was one incident. I kind of just really got into it after that. My nail polish is now removed. It's done. I don't remove my nail polish fully because I really don't care. There's other ways to pamper myself. So I'm going to start painting my nails now. And I'm going to tell you about an incident that really was the marker of me becoming extremely obsessed with Jeff. So I had read his story for the 100th time that week. And just fan fictions, variations. Girl, I was reading about our life together. Sorry, I just had to make sure I got that right. I read one too many fan fictions that day, got a little coochie fever, and decided to go to the library. At my library, you have to have 10 cents in order to print a picture. I found 10 cents somewhere, and I went to the library. And I don't know if you guys know where this is going. So I went to the library, I looked up photos of Jeff. I took one photo of Jeff that I really like, which if I can find it, it's the same photo you guys saw already, and there was crumbs on the photo where I kissed it. And I printed it out. And I was having complications printing it. I remember being so sweaty. I just needed to get this photo out of the printer. I figure it out and I get the picture and I immediately fold it. I get home, I put it on my wall, and then I proceed to just kiss the photo every once in a while. I'm not embarrassed because I don't allow myself to be embarrassed about that. I was 12. I remember whenever I would get really emotionally distressed, I would just look at the photo and just be having full on conversations. So when there's a voice in your head, right? and you talk to yourself with that voice. I changed that voice to Jeff, and he would talk to me. So he would like tell me everything was gonna be okay and that he was gonna save me one day and all this other just crazy shit, and tell me that he loved me and stuff. And I would be like, oh, Jeff, he would never understand, and just like kiss him. And I feel like this was a manifestation of like trauma. I feel like this is where you shouldn't beat your fucking kids. I have this picture up on the wall, and of course, from me folding it and moving throughout my life, I would have to print more pictures. And every time I would print a picture, I would be more and more comfortable with the fact that I was kissing a picture of a serial killer. Allegedly, a serial killer. My sister is into that kind of thing too. And hers was Eilish Jack. Insert picture here.
Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with... Oh, hell.
Eilish Jack. I had read plenty of fan fictions about Eilish Jack, and the thing that's funny is that I liked those fan fictions more than I liked the Jeff the Killer ones, because for some reason people just loved them some Eilish Jack. So apparently Eilish Jack was a college student. Like this, the situation around his story is actually kind of shrouded in mystery. I really liked Jeff, and my sister was really into it, and like we would act like one another's boyfriend. It was not in the slightest awkward for me until she started taking it a little too far for my personal liking, to be genuinely honest with you. And she took it a lot harder than me. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to tell her anyway, because I knew that was what was going to happen. I knew she was going to take it too hard, and I knew she was going to take it too seriously. And that's what happened. So after a while, I would just like not want to do that. Like I would not want to pretend to be this boyfriend basically. And like she would just be like, well, what happened to Jack? Da, da, da. And like I didn't want to be like a liar. Like I didn't want to be an asshole and be like, well, you know, like I don't know, like they're not like actually in my head. Like I think they're in my head, but I don't know for sure. Like, and now that I'm getting older, I don't want to explain all that fucking. First of all, she was older than me, and she should have been known that was like she should have known. Yeah, she for sure. Now that I'm looking back on it, knew that wasn't real. Like, who the fuck is gonna talk through another person? We would have like foursomes with our boyfriend, and I guess nobody really figured it out. I don't know, we were siblings. Yeah, that's basically my kind of experience with creepypasta. I would like try summoning spells and try and like, I would always try the Cleverbot trick. I hope you liked our little talk about my little scandal when I was 12, and I hope that you will tell me if you like more story times like this. I'm always trying to find new topics to talk about. Yeah, I really hope that you liked our little chat and painting your nails with me. We're gonna draw my nails. We're gonna see how it turns out. Oh, montage.